when you don't even know the origin of the thing. The Bible said if the foundation is faulty, do you understand? So get to the foundation and know what has happened in life. So I'm going to do some definition as I talk this evening. Now, one of the things you need to understand is that you don't become big to plan. You plan to be big. You don't wait till when you are big before you plan. You plan to be big. You don't become big to plan. You plan to be big. It's your planning that will determine whether you be big or you will not be big. Do you understand me? So I was teaching the PFN conference somewhere, and I said to the bishops there that if you ask me as a human being, if not for the eyes of faith, I say it's too late for all of you, because we were teaching on retirement. I said it's too late for all of you to start planning retirement. And when I finished, the PFN president and another bishop, they called me and said, son, that thing you are saying, is there a solution for old men like us? I said, by the grace of God, there is a solution for all of you. Do you understand me? Because when they were supposed to be planning their retirement, they didn't plan it. And I still went to another conference where I was speaking to some group of business guys too, and they were thinking they were young. And I said to them, I said, you need 20 solid years to plan a proper retirement. Whatever age you are now, add 20 to hit. So for some people seated here too, it's almost late. If not for faith in God. Like Archbishop Adeola said, I will not drive Mercedes now, and at old age I will drive bicycle. So meaning planning must be done. So you don't become big to plan. Do you understand? You plan. You don't become big to plan. You plan to become big. Do you understand me? So I want you to understand that. Now, luck is the excuse of the poor man. I'm going to emphasize this now. Luck is the excuse of the poor man. I don't believe in luck, and there is nothing called luck in the school of wealth. I don't believe in luck, and there is nothing called luck, because luck, as far as I'm concerned, is the excuse of the poor man. Barrister is just lucky. It's just lucky. And that is why we don't celebrate results and we don't celebrate proof. If you think it's easy, go and do what he has done. Go and do it. Because you think it's lucky. There is nothing called luck. What you call luck is the after effect of a price that has been paid somewhere. Every time you see something you call luck, is the after effect of the price somebody has paid. It's either you have paid the price unknowingly yourself, or somebody has paid the price for you. Just like what we are enjoying now, that Christ has paid the price for you. It's either your parents or your grandfather, your great-grandfather. I was speaking somewhere and I said to them that Levi just came and started collecting tithe, and he didn't know who paid the price for him. Because by right, they are not supposed to collect tithe. But somebody paid that price for them. If you are born into the Rockefeller family now, because it's the only family on earth today that up to the 7th generation, they are multi-millionaires. 7th generation is the only family on earth today. Then you are born into that family, you will come and say, lucky, lucky, lucky. Somebody has paid price somewhere. Some things some of you are enjoying today. Go back and check your ancestors. Some missionaries, some things some of your fathers, your grandfather, great-grandfather, they did for some missionary. That's why God is visiting you. You don't understand. For the married ones, you don't know that a woman is sitting somewhere and she's kabashing somewhere for you, and you are cruising on the eagle's wings. You may have done something that touched the heart of God, and because of that, God said, I'm going to reward this, my daughter. Don't forget, God is the rewarder. It's not a Father Christmas. And that's why I say to people, God is the businessman. You need to understand that. Because everything that has to do with God, there must be an exchange. Because God designed the earth as a place of exchange. And that's why Jesus came to earth. He could not redeem us by the virtue of prayers. He had to pay a price to redeem us. Because by design, earth has been designed as a place of exchange. You can't get anything on earth without an exchange going out. So if you try to get anything without an exchange, you are joking. If prayers was enough to redeem us, everything that has to do with the salvation of mankind would have ended at Gethsemane.
That's right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If he prayed that much at Gethsemane, and the father still had to tell him, say, son, I love you, but still go and pay the price. Prayer is not what is needed to redeem mankind. Once life is involved, there must be an exchange. He said, I have given to you the blood as an atonement for your life. And blood will not come out unless there is a dying. So there is nothing called luck. Luck is the excuse of the poor. Are you following me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I know it's not in line with what you have been known. You've known. You always know is lucky, she's lucky. There is no luck anywhere. That thing you said he is looking for a system that you can leverage on and be part of, and let the system do it for you. Because there will always be a time that you will be old and you will not be this strong and agile to do things for yourself again. So if your definition of being wealthy or getting into wealth is all and basically about what you can do for yourself, then you are playing and you are playing with trouble. So you better understand that the easiest way to get into this realm of wealth is to look for what a system can do for you. Tonight is not a night to talk about system, because that system and I flow. So availability of money is not equal to wealth. That money is available does not mean you are wealthy.
Yes,
you must get this. And so I said I'm going to start with definition. That you have no, see, if you understand this, you know that it's not everything that you see money, everybody you see money with, that you begin to jump and celebrate. Anybody can just have access to money. I don't mean to disrespect anybody, but anybody can just have access to money. It does not mean that that person is wealthy. Right. And that is why I will always say that being rich and being wealthy, they are not the same. Even in the Bible made it so clear. Psalm 112, verse 3. Do you understand me? Wealth, Bible says wealth and riches will not depart from his house. You know what led to that? The man that feared the Lord and all of those things. But the conclusion is that wealth and riches. And is a conjunction. So it means he's going to enjoy wealth, he's going to enjoy riches. They are not the same thing. Are we following me now? Yes. So that money is available does not mean that you are wealthy. You need to understand that. Money can be given to you does not mean that you are wealthy. And that is why I say to you, can stumble into riches, but you cannot stumble into wealth. Your uncle can become a commissioner or a minister and give you a project, and you do that project and you suddenly become rich. It does not mean that you are wealthy. Am I taking you somewhere this evening? So you must understand that this evening. Now, income is king. Income is king. Income is king. Income is king. Because if you just have access to money and you don't have a steady income that come in, calamity can come in, trouble can come in, all those money will go away. That's right. But what keeps you going even at old age is income. So no matter the amount of money you have stacked in your bank accounts now, you must ensure that you have a continuous flow of income. Somebody say income. Say income. So if you have 1 billion naira saved in your bank account or whatever now, or investments now, I thank God for you. But please, while you have that, please ensure that you have a steady income. Income is king. You can be asset rich and financially poor.
Yes, sir.
And that is the problem with our fathers. Most of our fathers are asset rich. Do you understand me? But when it comes to cash, they are poor. And that is why they add money, they build houses and all of that and all of that. But because they don't have the king, which is income, when challenges come at old age, they begin to sell those houses. Understand me now? Yes, they begin to sell those houses to take care of their old age challenges. But what would have happened, and the situation in the life of the rich man is that the wealthy man has assets, and at the same time, even at old age, income is coming in. Somebody follow me. Yes. Even at old age, income is what? Coming in. And that is the likes of the Bible. If you see all the men in the Bible that are wealthy in the Bible, you see even at old age, they are able to transfer wealth and money or whatever to the next generation. What that means is that they did not only have those cattle and all of those things they were multiplying, because they understand the pattern of system. And like I will always say to people clearly, that God brags with the rich and the wealthy. Either you like it or not, he brags with people that are wealthy. He wants you to do well. He brags with them. Look at it. No poor man is attached or named after God. Have you ever prayed and said God of that poor man before? You hear God of Abraham and Dr. Vap. Which of them is poor? Tell me the one that is poor. Do you understand me? Have you considered myself and Job the richest man in the East? But when he got to a poor man, his identity was missing. There was a certain poor man. His name was missing. They forgot his name completely. They forgot his name completely. That's why you must not be poor and you cannot be poor. I say you cannot be poor. So income is king. So cash flow is good, but income is key. Cash flow is good, but income is king. Now, what is cash flow? Cash flow talks about the incoming and outgoing of money, transaction, and all of those things. They are good because cash flow, you can have cash flow. Your bank account money, just bank will say money comes in and they go out, and at the end, how much of that money is your own? And that is why I will always say to you, don't brag about the amount that you earn as a salary or whatever. Consider the amount that is remaining. You earn 1 million naira. How much out of that 1 million naira is remaining when you fulfill your life expenses and everything? So it's not about your earning 1 million naira. It's about after that 1 million naira, how much is remaining. Cash flow is good, but I said income is key. Do you understand me? Well, income responds to exchange of value. 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 Once there is value, income will surely show up. Once there is value, income naturally will show up. Once value sees income, when value sees income will show up. And let me pause and say this to you. Money is a slave to value.
That's right.
Money is a slave to value. Anytime there is value, anytime value shows up, money stand up attention. So how do you subject money to yourself? You'll be loaded with value. Am I saying something this evening? Yes. So the lasting income or wealth is built by discipline and not, let me say it again. Lasting income or lasting wealth is built by discipline and not. Did you hear what I just said? Lasting income or wealth is built by what? Discipline and not what? And not what? Eh? You are saying something, my brother, but I'm going to help you. Now, so lasting income is built by discipline and not labor. Did you hear what I said? Yes. You want to build wealth. Wealth is built by discipline, not labor. Wealth is built by discipline and not labor. Wealth is built. I have, by the special grace of God, made more money in speaking than in every other corporate work I have ever done and I'm doing. Because what some people earn for 1 year is what I will earn in 1 hour when I speak. And what energy did I disseminate when I'm speaking compared to somebody that will go to work for 30 days? If wealth is built by labor, how come the man that is in the market that pushes barrow is not richer than all of you seated here? Between the gateman and the manager, who earns more? Who earns more? Let's start from there. Who earns more? Who does more work? So who has lied to you that wealth is built by labor? Is labor good? Sir, labor is good. But when it comes to building of wealth, labor has its own limits. I need to balance it here now. The Bible said in every labor there is what? There is profit. So in every labor there is profit. So meaning what labor can give you is what? No, somebody talk to me. What labor can give to you is profit, not wealth. Follow me now. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What labor can give to you, there is a reward, which is profit. But it's not the same thing as wealth.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is labor good, sir? Labor is good. You start at that point in time. You build from the point of labor. You earn reward and profit. But when you talk about building wealth, you need to understand that that profit or that reward will not give you wealth. Because wealth is built, it's not stumbled into. Wealth is built, it's not stumbled into. You can stumble into riches, you don't stumble into wealth. It has to be built, it has to be cultivated. Are you following me? So when you think you want to do this, like Harrison said in the afternoon, you want to do this your jackpot something because you want to suddenly jump into what I don't understand in the UK. Welcome, let's go together. But you need to understand that what are you coming there to do? You need to define all of these things. And did he send you? I told you in the afternoon, Isaiah 48:21. When he walked them through the wilderness, they tested not. Because he took them through the wilderness, he didn't allow them to test. But if they had gone through the desert on their own, you know what would have happened? And because he walked them through that place, he brought water from an impossible place, the rock, for them. So, wealth is built by discipline, not by labor. Now, our culture has taught that labor equals income. That's what our culture has taught. That labor equals income. And that's why our parents will tell you, go to school, come out with good grade, which is good. Come out with good grade, get a good job, and you make money. When you make money and you need more money, get another job or do an extra job. That's why my brothers and sisters in the UK, they do 3 jobs, 4 jobs, 5, because they've been taught that for you to get money or for you to get. But I say to you, it's a lie. But that's what culturally we've been taught. How many laborers do we have here? How many laborers do we have here? I told you in the afternoon that you need to understand the etymology of any word, especially when you're having a coach around. Pastor Val may pardon you. I won't pardon you. Do you understand me? I won't pardon you because I'm a coach. You understand me? He's a pastor, he's a man of God, so he will. I don't have that temperament. Do you understand? He can manage a church, but we come to his church and help him scatter it. We scatter it and go away and we leave it for him to to come and manage his church again. Do you understand the thing? Okay, so how many laborers do we have here? We don't have laborers here. Okay. Fantastic. Fantastic. Who can help me define who is a laborer? Let them say it. Who can help me define who is a laborer? Okay.
I feel a laborer is someone who works for a pay under a master.
Pastor Dave. Oh my God, my father, my God, my father. You get to my wallet and bring my wallet. There's a 5,000 naira for her. A laborer is somebody that works for money. So who is a laborer? Who is a laborer? So how many laborers do we have here? No, how many laborers do we have here? Because when we say laborer, you are looking at that man that is mixing sand only as a laborer. You are all laborers as long as you work for a pay. Don't deceive yourself. As long as you work for a pay, as long as you work for a pay, you are all laborers. But in the school of wealth, we will tell you that labor does not equal income. Because you can labor and labor and labor and labor does not mean income will come, and at one point in time you don't have that strength to labor again. So the earlier you understand this psychology and you begin to change the pattern of your life, the better for you, because it's not the devil now, it is your understanding. You remember in the afternoon I said to you that prosperity is what? It's not in wondering. It's not in wondering. It's a revelation. I started by telling you that it's a revelation that comes as a result of mental what? Do you understand me? So until you understand all of these things, you will just continue in that error and begin to run up and down. The devil is not the one that makes you to run up and down. It's because you don't know. And as long as you don't know, you continue in that error. So in the school of wealth, we will always say to you that labor does not equal income. But meanwhile, culturally, we have been taught they are the same thing. You must put them together. You want more money, your father will say, go and look for work. More work, more labor, more work. All those kind of things. Who has told you? Who has told you? Who has lied to you? In fact, let me quickly advise you. I'm going to give you two advice that will help you and change all of this thing. Number one factor for change. Use leveraging. Somebody say leveraging. Somebody say leveraging. Say leveraging. Now, you need to understand that whatever labor can give you, leveraging can give you triple. You need to understand that. See, let me say this quickly now, and I'm going to shock you. The poor takes pride in hard work. The middle class take pride in smart work. But the wealthy takes pride in leveraging. Did you hear what I said? Yes. The poor, they take their own pride in what? Hard work. Hard work. Work hard and make money. But the middle class, the educated ones among us, managers of company, banks, and all of those things, you go to them, they say smart. I am smart. Yet they cannot write a check of 2 million naira. They are smart. They are smart though. They can't write the check of 2 million. But the wealthy takes pride in what? Leveraging. Takes pride in leveraging. Labor is not what you need. You need to leverage. Number one thing you need to understand leverage and use leveraging. Do you understand what I'm saying? Understand leveraging. Use leveraging. Let me tell you the story of the story of the man and the horse. From the beginning, by the design of creation, through the creator, the horse and man, which one is the fastest in terms of race? If they are to run, which one is the fastest? Us, let me see your hand. If you know it's the us now, you be sure of what you are saying. It's the us. Okay. If it's man, let me see your hand. Bros, you say it's man. No. I will ask you why you say it's man now. Good. Don't worry. Now, it's actually the us. Now, but now, which one is the fastest now? Why do you say it's man? From the beginning and in the beginning, God designed it that us need to be faster than man. And that is why in olden days, you see them, they climb us and they go. But now, why don't you take us and go to the UK? Now, what suddenly changed? Man discovered that we are at disadvantage. And we cannot continue our life like that and lean on beasts to live our life. So what did man do? Man began to look for what to leverage on. And man began to leverage on things like aircraft.
Yes, sir.
Man began to leverage on aircraft. So instead of going to London with us, that will take me 1 month, I need to just go to Lagos and buy a ticket, and in 6 hours, I'm in the UK. And the man that go by us 3 months time or 1 month's time is still in one desert, trying to catch up with me. But what suddenly changed? What suddenly changed the story? And what suddenly changed the whole thing? What was that thing that changed the whole thing? Leveraging. 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 How many of you want to move faster into your destiny? You need to understand to leverage. You need to understand to leverage. Always look for what to leverage on. What to leverage on. Look for a shoulder to climb. See, you are not ahead because you are taller than anybody. You are ahead because you are standing on a shoulder that is strong. When I started speaking, I had to look for some shoulder that they are already there, and I had to connect to this some men in Daystar, and I made them my friend. And when I do program, I spend my hard-earned money to invite those men. And they speak on my platform, and we were together. And people began to say, he's a friend to Niyi Adesoya. He's a friend to Godma Alamu. He's a friend. Do you understand all of those things? And they began to see me with this man. But what was I doing? I had a voice, but I need something that will bring my voice out there. But I need to work with men that are already before me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Do you understand what I'm saying? And by rubbing shoulder with those men, do you understand me? Automatically, it's a friend to me. He's a friend to this. He's a friend to that. Because you see the grace upon me, you put it on me. The grace on God, my elevation, you put it on me. And do you understand all of those things? And before you know, where they invite me, they invite me. Where they invite elevation, where they invite Jimmy, do you understand? I remember when myself and this person were together in London, Catalyst, Larry, Olushola, when we were in London together in Jesus' house in London. You can imagine. So that is the thing. Leveraging will give you what labor cannot give you. You are laboring, you are struggling too much. You are struggling too much. Please, enough of this struggling, people of God. Leverage. I don't mean be crafty, I mean leverage. Leverage. There are things you cannot do on your own. There are things that people have done ahead of you. Leverage and connect to those things. I have a team of almost like 10 men that work with me. Not because I cannot do some of the things some of them do, but I leverage on their skills so that I have more time to do other things. Pastor Dave is there now. He does graphics and all of those other things and all of those things and all of those things. Coordinates them, and I don't worry myself. Shewa has been the one calling even when I was not around. And I have them like that. They will be doing all manner of. As I'm here, we were in the hotel together. They were sending me balance. Money was entering the account. But meanwhile, what I'm doing, I am doing my father's work. But money was entering my account because I'm leveraging on something. That I'm not in the office does not stop my income. And it does not stop my income. I know how many alerts that has come in today because I'm leveraging on something. If it is all about my labor, the moment I close my shop, my money will end. That is what happened to most of you. The moment you close your shop, that is the end of the thing. And that is why you can't attend any Christian program. You can't do anything. Do you know the truth? The sun and the moon and the earth. Pastor Dave, give me that image. The sun, the moon, and the earth. Give me that image, please. Give me that image Okay, look at it. Look at the sun. I want you to see what is really happening here. The moon does not have light of its own. The moon only position at a certain location and get reflection from the sun. And that reflection he gets from the sun, he reflects it on the earth and shine. You need to leverage on something. He doesn't have a light of his own. He only positions himself at a particular corner and takes reflection from the sun. And that reflection he takes, he shines on the earth. Leveraging on the sun. So the first thing I need to let you know, people of God, is leveraging. So the word leveraging came out from a Latin word called lever. It came out from a Latin word called lever that means to rise. It means to rise. So learn to leverage. And it is so painful, and it is so painful in my heart that I notice that in the Southeast we don't leverage. We want to do it alone because we want to take the glory alone. It is so painful and so annoying that even in the body of Christ is small. And that is why you don't see mega program happen in the Southeast. You don't see mega program. I was asking one day in the PFM meeting and said, how come you cannot bring Bishop Oyedepo, you cannot bring Christy Akinome, you cannot bring these men down here? Because I want to do it on my own. There was even an incident, man of God, that even they fought one day, some group of elders fought one day because over this one want to bring Joshua Selman to his church, that one Joshua Selman to his church, and all of that. And he said to them that he will not come unless they come together and hire this thing. Oh, it happened here too. You can imagine. In your business, do you have any brother you are leveraging with? Do you have anybody you are doing ministry with? Because we always don't trust one another. And the only way we can eradicate poverty in the church is to do leveraging. Not to beg and to give to one another. No. It's leveraging. The book of Acts of Apostles. Yes. This one had this, they brought it, they sold and they shared. Everybody had opportunity. And lack was taken away from the church. Who says I cannot bring a formula here now that will make 5 persons a millionaire here? I know what to do. But will you people sustain it? By the time I go, will I not hear that you've carried yourself to Pastor Val to come and start settling you people? So leveraging is the language of the wealthy, while the poor runs after contact. I know before I leave here today, a lot of people want my contact. If you have not started asking for my contact. Instead of you to look at what can I do with Dr. Divine, what value do I have that I can do with Dr. Divine? I can exchange, and you can exchange what he has with me. Instead of you to start thinking that direction, now you want me to give you my contact. The poor man is always looking for contact. Finishing a meeting, the moment you finish, as you are going out, some young men are running. Sir, can I have your contact? Sir, can I have your contact? Can I have your contact? Can I have your contact? The first day I carried Joshua Selman in my car, man of God. Do you know what I did? I packaged something very good, some good things of life. Do you understand? I had to connect to him. Do you understand? And when you look at it, oh, Dr. D, you wrote this and this and that and that and that. We got talking in my car. The next day was going to the airport. I just said, can I give you a lift? I drove down. His host came with the car. He told them he will not enter their car, that they should go behind us, that we come with Dr. Divine in his car. But they invited him. Because I didn't go asking, what is your number? But do I have his number? Can I call him now? I can do that. A lot of people dodge your call because instead of you to communicate value, You were busy collecting numbers up and down. That's why you call. They say they are in a meeting. That's why they busy your call. Send me text message. And you're saying he's a proud man. He's not a proud man. It's you that position yourself like that. You are the reason. The ladies, they tell you rubbish. They offer to do rubbish with you because they can't see any value in you more than your beauty. And you've forgotten the Bible said beauty is deceitful and charming is in vain. But if you see a woman that carries what what you cannot imagine, you will not dare. You will not dare. You've not met Adana. The day you meet Adana, you will see. Before you stay with her in 2 minutes, she has quoted 21 scriptures and she has shown you principles of life. And as she's quoting scriptures, she's telling you that she's the group head of Tony Elumelu's foundation. Fear no go gree you, man, before you can open your mouth and tell her anything. Because she sounds spiritually in the career she's doing excellently well. But if they can say all they can say about you is your makeup, why would they offer you rubbish? Why would they tell you rubbish? Why would they tell you rubbish? Leveraging is the language of the wealthy. It's the language of the wealthy. They're always looking for leveraging. They're always looking for how to leverage. They're always looking for who to connect with, and we do stuff together. What do you have that I have that we can exchange? That is the kind of thing. Do you know the truth? In the book of Philemon, Apostle Paul sent a man to Philemon to accommodate and to take care of. And do you know what he said to him? He said, charge to my account whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. He said, charge to my account whatever it takes. But while he was saying that, he concluded the whole place and said, whatever it takes that you charge to my account, remember that you are also owing me. Have you seen it before? And that is why once I meet you, I make you indebted to me. Did you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The moment I meet you, I make you indebted to me. I won't allow you to be indebted to you. I want you to be indebted to me. I'm sending her to you to take care of. Whatever it takes to take care of her, send the bill to me. But while you are sending me the bill, remember that you are owing me. Meaning Paul has communicated value to Philemon. The way Philemon has communicated value to him, they've exchanged, they are leveraging value on each other. So when he needed help of him, he sent somebody to him and he balanced the equation. Balance sheet, balance. Do you understand me? Yes. Can you stand up now and say, I need 1 million naira, and people will begin to run up and down? Can you do that? You've not been a blessing to somebody enough to the point where they can stand up at ease for you. It's all about you. You may not have 1 million naira to give to somebody, but have you given somebody so much support? You don't have 1 million naira to give me, but do you have some other thing that you can do for me that I cannot do for myself? Young generation, enough of this. Everything about you is money, money, money. You too demand for money for everything. I told you I spent 10 years to serve a man. Can I not ask for money? When they offer to pay me, I said, sir, no, don't kill me before my time. You are only my place of primary assignment. My employer will pay me. And he did pay me. He paid me big time. He paid me big time. I need to run so that I don't want to keep you here. You've been here since morning. Now, okay, so what every man needs to rise in life is called liver. What every man needs to rise in life is called liver. And in physics, the word liver talks about a metal that is used for lifting. How many physics students we have here? Yes. You understand what I'm saying? It's a piece of metal equipment, that a tool that is used for lifting. So what you need in life is that lever to lift. Do you understand me? You don't need to be manipulative. You just need to look for a lever to lift yourself. You just need to you look for a lever to lift yourself. Do you understand? If I were you, I need man of God, and I know one day I will need him. I won't wait till when that time comes. I will now go to him and say, Dr. Val, I'm a Christian, I'm this and that. Come and help me. Who told you doesn't have a brother or sister that need help? Who told you? Have you looked for how to communicate and to connect to him now, or connect to his ministry now, and to help him with something? Have you gone to volunteer in his ministry? Have you gone to him and tell him, sir, I know how to do social media. Can I take up your social media space and be doing it? This book was not designed in the UK. A young man walked up to me in Kingdom Diplomat, Enugu, and said, sir, I heard that you are doing your new book and you are going back to the UK. Sir, let me do it for you. He did this book. The day he brought his wife to my house that he was going to wed, money I didn't plan to spend. Immediately I asked for my bank account, what's that thing? Phone to transfer. He on the spot there before the wife, I transferred more than any other person. The wife nearly broke down in my house. Because he does almost all my design. Once Pastor Dave is not around, he does all my design. Even this thing, he designed them. And he has been on it for the past 2 years. And he's a pastor, a branch pastor in Kingdom Diplomat. Can I not pay for it? I can pay for it comfortably. But he knows there is a day he will need me. He has to connect to the grace I carry. So what you need to go to the next phase is not manipulation. It's not contact. Contact is the language of the word. You need a lever. You need leverage. You need what to leverage on. Sir, come. Let's do this together. Sit down. Are you comfortable?
Yes.
You're comfortable. Stand up. Sit down now. Are you comfortable? You see what you are doing? This is a lever. This is a lever. Sit down. When he's sitting on a lever, he's comfortable. Immediately, I remove the lever. See the suffering. God bless you. That is what you are doing to yourself. The moment you don't have any lever in life to help you rise, that is the way you struggle. The devil is not the problem. It's simple that you don't have a lever. Get me the image. Please, Pastor Dave, I want to run now. How many of you know Oscar Pistorius? The South African runner. The amputee. That guy went to the Olympics and won gold medal, performed wonders and all of those things. Don't look at the fact that he went to jail and all of that. Let's leave all of that. But the guy does not have this part of his legs that you can see his image. He doesn't have it. But the guy said he was still going to fulfill destiny of taking part in the Olympic. And he went and they construct the blade for him. And they put that in. So he leveraged on the blade. And he went to the Olympics and fulfilled destiny. That you are handicapped of some things is not a license why you cannot fulfill destiny. Your background is not the reason why your back should be on the ground. The guy did not allow the fact that he does not have this part of his legs to hinder him from fulfilling destiny. He understands the power of leverage and he leveraged on those things and he went to the Olympics and he performed wonders. Before he went to jail as at 2013 or thereabout, he was worth $5 million US. How many of you is worth 200,000 naira a year? But a man that does not have legs, sir, was worth 5 million USD. 5 million USD. Who has lied to you? Who is that devil that has told you that you need to labor to make money? Who has told you? Who is that pastor? Who has told you? Let me know it. Let me know it. He doesn't have leg. But I wonder how many men of God in this country is as rich as the guy. I wonder how many of them. But can our God not make you rich? Our God makes rich. But our ignorance is what is killing that part. He delights in the prosperity of his people. It takes him pleasure to give you money and give you all of those things. But he cannot go against its laws. Give me the next image, please. Please, quickly, give me the next image. Professor Steve Hawkins is late now. Look at him. That's Professor Hawkins for you. That's the way his head and all his body is like that. He's a professor of physics. As at the time I was taking these statistics, it was what 20 million USD. Multiply how many million? 20 USD by 160 now. You are seeing how many billion is what. But yet, this is the way it sits. And you need to see the picture of his wife. Beautiful woman. Beautiful woman. That's the way it sits. They have to carry him. They put microphone in his mouth. Yet, he's a professor of physics. Who has lied to you that labor is what gives money? Who is that devil that has told you that thing? Who? Who now? Who? Tell me. Let's deal with it now. Please get me that picture. Get me the next image. You know this gospel musician, Yinka Ayefele. As at the time Yinka Ayefele was okay with his legs and everything, he could save money when he works in Radio Nigeria as a civil servant to buy a B2. And that B2 was what he used in having accident. And he sustained a spinal cord injury. And he became a wheelchair person. Do you understand me? As at when I was compiling this statistics, as at last year, Yinka was 20 million US dollars worth. A man that is sitting on a wheelchair. I need you to give me one pastor that you know in this location or in the whole southeast that is worth 10 million. Give me one. Without our speaking in tongues. And yet we have a God that owns heaven and earth. 1,000 of cattle upon the hills belongs to him. He's the owner of gold and silver. Yet we are his children. And we are not commanding this. I preached one message for Philip Chinagoro many years back. The king, the daughter of a rich king, the poor daughter of the poor son of a rich king. You are all quiet. Thank you, Holy Ghost. You see why me and pastors don't flow. Who has told you that labor? Who? Show me now. This guy is on wheelchair. He needs to go into the restroom. They have to push him. When he was okay, he could buy B2. Today he owns an hotel. Give me the next picture. That is Fresh FM. 102.7 FM is a radio station in Ibadan. It's owned by Yinka. It's owned by Yinka. He's now competing with Radio Nigeria, where they were paying him stipend. Show me. You are not sitting on wheelchair. You are not as rich as Yinka. Yinka is on wheelchair. So if it is labor, what can you do that Yinka can do? All the things you can do with your muscle and all of those things, Yinka cannot do them. They have to support him in everything. God has given you leg to move, but he has given you brain to fulfill destiny. Your leg is for movement, but your brain is for fulfillment of destiny. The greatest gift God has given to mankind is your mind. So once you cannot use your mind, forget it. The best your leg can give you is movement, but your brain can help you to fulfill destiny. Because we want to use our leg and our hands, and that is why we are where we are today. But until we come to the point where we know we need to start using our mind, then we are not ready for the next phase. Let me move. Please, give me the next image there. So the big question, and the reason why a lot of people are still poor today, is the inability to recognize the lever that they need to move to the next level. That is the reason why there's still poverty today. So I ask a question. what is the lever in your life, or who is the lever in your life? Quickly, let me tell you about 5 levels of leveraging, and I'll leave this, and I'll talk about one more thing, then I'll close. 5 levels of leveraging. Number 1, OPM. So you can leverage on other people's money. Quickly write it down, or you take a snapshot of it. Because you've been hearing leveraging. It looks as if I'm talking Greek. Number 1 is that you can leverage on other people's money. And that is what people like Dangote and the rest, they use. You go and put money in the bank, they go there and borrow that money and use it to invest and make big money and all of those things. Do you understand what I'm saying? I didn't say go and borrow money to go and furnish your luxurious lifestyle. Now, OPT, other people's time. That is what I leverage on. I am here. I have people that are working for me in various sectors, and they are posting closing balance. Do you understand me? So what am I leveraging on? I'm paying people to work for me. I buy their time. Do you understand me? So you need to look at the one that can work for you. Do you understand me? Number 3 is that OPI, other people's idea. They had the idea several years back when I was in the university. Then I had this techie nature. I love everything tech. So I wanted to set up. That time they needed a business center around my university. So I approached a military man that lives close to where I was living. I said, sir, I had the idea of a business center, and I don't have the money. The wife bought all the computer and everything and set it up, and I was managing it. And it was their own. They were paying me 5,000 naira every month that time. Do you understand? They were leveraging on my idea. It was my idea. Do you understand? They had the money, but me, I have the idea. Do you understand me? So you don't need to struggle so much. All of you that have idea, put the idea, make it a bankable idea so that people can bank their money on it. Do you understand it? Share it and let people put their money into it. Don't be greedy to say you want to take too much of that the cut of that money. Take a small portion of it. Let your idea even see the light of the day. Test those ideas. Let it see the light of the day. Do you understand what I'm saying here? Now, number 4 is OPE, other people's energy. Other people, they are the one that they do it for you. You come up with idea, come up with money, come up with everything. They are the one that do the work. They do all the work for you. Do you understand me? Like this morning, I called somebody in my hotel. Please, can you wash that car for me? It's just a matter of my money now. It's just a matter of my money. He started washing the car and all that. Before even Pastor Dave woke up, he has finished washing the car and all of that. I'm leveraging on his own energy. And finally, leveraging on other people's work. Other people's work. You run a restaurant, for example, now, and I know you are doing well in that restaurant. You are good at it now. All I needed to do is to come to you now and buy equity. You know what is called equity? And buy part of the shares of that your restaurant and give him. Now, how many of you ask barbers on your street? Why don't you give money to them and buy clipper for them? I give you automatic clipper. Look for 5 barbers. Put clipper. Be paying me 2,000 naira every day for my clipper, for using my clipper. At the end of the day, 5 clippers, they pay you 1,000. You go with 5,000 naira every day. And you are there, speaking in tongues. And think, what else do you want the Holy Ghost to do? What else do you want the Holy Ghost to do? He has given you idea, but you are not implementing it. Do you understand me? How many of you here run something that you know is good, and you know those things is tested and it's a good business and is doing very well? Why don't you look at it and bring it up and let people invest into it? There are things I will not do. All I know is that I see a good idea. Me, for example, I said, man of God, this idea is good and this brother is tested. Oh yeah, take money. Let's get into a contract. At the end of the day, I make you my ATM. Did you hear what I said?
Yes, sir.
I make you my ATM. I have a lot of ATMs here and there. I put money into their business and they are my ATM. I don't worry. My money must not lose. And at the due time, they pay me this thing. Make ATMs here and there, and you live your life up and down. Have you heard of beach money before? You've not heard of beach money? Oh, good God. I taught beach money many years ago in the UK. While you are at the beach, enjoying yourself by the beach, Eleko Beach, the Caribbean Beach, Hawaii, and all of those things there, money is coming into your account. Money is coming into your account. Leveraging. Leveraging. What? Let me pray this prayer. Should I pray that prayer? Should I pray that prayer? Are you ready for it? You are not ready for it. You are not ready. If I pray, all of you say you reject it now. I normally pray it in my sermon that may God let you lose your job tomorrow.
Amen.
Do you know why you can easily say amen? You've succeeded in raising a passive income that can give you as much as what you earn in your salary. In fact, in my book on retirement, I said that until your passive income doubles your expenses, don't think of retirement. Until you have a passive income that doubles your expenses, don't think of retirement. If not, you are going to retire to suffer. Let me move. Now, number 2 advice I'm going to give to you, factor number 2, and I'm going to finish with this and I will run. Number 2 is I say trade your virtue. Everybody say your virtue. Say trade your virtue. Deuteronomy 8:18, popular scripture. But you shall remember the Lord your God, for it is He that give you the power to get wealth. The word wealth in that place, can you show them? Can you show them strongs? Can you show them the image of strong? The word wealth in that place is not literally wealth as in terms of money. In Hebrew, it's called chahir. And chahir in Hebrew is the same word that was used in Ruth chapter 2 verse 1 to describe Boaz, a man of valor. It's the same word that was used in Proverbs 31 verse 3, woman of valor. Do you understand me now? So what chahil that is being used there, and it appeared 98 times in the Bible. What it means valor. It means virtue. It means military strength. So do you understand here now? So you need to understand in this place now that what the power that you are going to get is going to give you value. It's the value that you communicate that will bring money. The power we are talking in this context is not dunamis. It's not the dunamis or power of receive it and somersault. Do you understand? It talks about ability. Ability to put your virtue to work. Ability to put your valor to work. That is what that place is talking about. Am I with somebody here now? Am I with somebody here now? So making money means I must develop and convert my virtue to product and services. I say trade your virtue. So what we are saying and what that place is saying is that if God has given you that virtue, you must develop those products, those virtue and convert it into product and services and render it out there. Does it make any sense to somebody now?
Yes, sir.
I think they are busy writing. They are not following me again. Now, until your virtue becomes communicatable, nobody will pay for it. The virtue that you think you have, until it comes to the point where you can communicate it, nobody is going to pay for it. And that is why my appeal to you, young people, please, I know you need money and I want you to make money. Please, but before you start placing demand and money on the virtue you say you have, please turn it into mastery. Develop mastery in it. Be good in it. Do you understand me? So that you don't make a shipwreck of the grace that God is going to use to bless you. First, what I will advise is take that virtue to go and serve somebody for free. Test it. You say you are good on social media. Take his social media Andrew and manage it for 1 month or 1 year for free for him and use him to grow. I learned public speaking in the church. I was always begging, looking forward for opportunity to handle microphone and collect offering. Do you understand? Or do announcement. To develop boldness, to be able to stand before people. So Christians, you have a better opportunity. Practice that thing that you know. Look for a brethren in the church. Look for somebody in the church and serve with that thing. You are into catering. Have you done those your pastry and all of those and take it to people in the some people in the church, not people that will take advantage of you. Take it to people in the church that will give you feedback until they give you a pass mark to say you are good in that thing. When you are good in it, then you can now begin to place value and money on that value. Don't just go and learn something and you wake up and the next thing you want to start collecting money on that thing. It doesn't work that way. When I started, I went to go and speak for somebody at one day in what's the name of this place? Agbani Road in Enugu. And after speaking for them, when I think they told me God bless, it was a scripture group in Agbani Road. They said God bless you. And indeed God bless me now. Amen. Then they gave me one bottle water and gave me 5 alive. And whether I was going to get to my house by Okada or by aeroplane on the road, so I carried my bottle water and my 5 alive. We have come again. That's where I was going on the road. I was drinking my water, and when I got home, I drank my 5 alive because there was no envelope. There was no envelope, and I wasn't bothered because I know that was a period of my learning. Do you understand me? The Bible talks of John the Baptist that he stayed in the wilderness until the day of his manifestation. That was the day of my wilderness. But now, before you even talk to me, before you even see me to talk to self, you go to the form, you go to the website, you fill form, my people will examine it, they will tell you to pay how many dollars. Is how many dollars will they ask you to pay? Whether you don't want to pay it, you pay it. They don't want to know. Not because we are charging money for you to come, but we want to be sure of how serious and how ready are you for that thing. When they see that thing, they will look at it. If they look at it and they feel that we are not coming, they will return your money back to you and throw it at your face. I don't want to mention a name in worry that invited me one day and they look at the whole thing and they say we are not going and they cancelled it. I don't want to mention the name because if you hear the name, you'll be wondering. But here, it's still me that started and they were giving me 5 alive. Do you understand what I'm saying? You will not just jump one day and become Joshua Selman now. You will not jump one day and become Joshua Selman. Start somewhere. Who is into catering here? Who is into catering? There's a lady that's into catering here. And I'm hearing in my spirit that you are the one I'm talking to. You are into catering. I'm hearing that you are the one I'm talking to. The minute I was looking at you, I didn't want to call you out. I didn't want to call you out. Because that's not what I'm here for. Your handwork is good. Do you understand me? But you need to connect to a connector. You need to connect to a connector. In fact, as I'm talking to you now, I'm seeing chin-chin and I'm seeing cake. If I'm not right, tell me. I'm seeing chin-chin and I'm seeing cake and I'm seeing velvet cake. You meet Pastor Val. That's his work. I've done my own work. God bless you. Sit down. God bless you. I've done my own work. I'm not here for church. I'm here to do this for now. If we're in the church, I will know what to do. That young man that does social media, go and look for who to serve with that skill. You are a man, you are doing social media. Eh? Who are you now? Where are you? You are the one. Because you are charging money. And there's somebody that you were supposed to work with and you charge money and that person felt like, you are doing it. Your art is good. Your art is good. But you feel you have expenses. I have my siblings, my parents to take care of. I have my siblings to take care of. How close are you to your mom? You are not closer to her. You are not close to her. Why? Later we'll discuss that. But you need to get close to her. There is a reason why I asked. Because I'm seeing an image of somebody that is like this and she's like this. She's not standing beside you. But you need that mother's blessing to move to the next phase. Don't think of marriage until you collect that blessing. Don't think of it. Okay, so let's go on. Let's go on so that we'll continue. Look at these people. Let's go on. Let's go on. The spirit is subject to you, so we know when to stop and when to go on, and so that we don't abuse the privileged grace of God. Okay, the next image. Now look at this image. We can see keke and we can see a Mercedes. What's it called? A jeep there. Jeep. Let me look for a lady that will walk this way. My sister, the dark lady at the center. No, don't come out. Don't come out. I just want to do this with you. Look at me. Look at me. Between the keke and the jeep, pick one. You pick jeep. Ah, you like better thing, eh? It is well. Awesome. Let me look for another brother. We've not done some stuff together today. Or are you just coming? You've been here since morning. You've been hiding. Why are you hiding? You are not hiding. Eh? Oh yeah, let's do this together. You are shy, eh? Are you shy? Eh? Eh? 1984 wrote the book, The Dream of My Fathers. And when he wrote that book, he struggled to sell that book. The same Barack Obama you know, he struggled to sell that book. But when he became president, immediately he became president in the year 2019, when he became president, that same book automatically sold $5 million US. The book that refused to say man of God. Suddenly, because Obama, the virtue on Obama changed, and he's suddenly a president now, after that speech he gave now. That book they abandoned that time. The stone the builder rejected. Suddenly sold. Now, and in that year again, he now wrote the Audacity, Audacity of Hope. Audacity of Hope sold $14 million US. What suddenly changed? The same Obama that wrote the same book and nobody bought that book. See, anytime you develop virtue and you communicate virtue, money will answer for you. They never knew Obama before that time. But after that speech he gave, everybody ran back and started buying that book they abandoned. They started buying that book they abandoned. Build a virtue. Communicate it properly. The money you are looking for will start looking for you. The poor sell products and the rich, they sell brand. At that point in time, Obama has become a brand. He wasn't selling the book again. He wasn't selling book again. He was selling a brand. And that is why if you give me this water today, and you tell me this water is 100 naira, I may argue a bit. But if you give me Nesu water now, and say Nesu is 150, I'll pay Nesu 150. It does not mean Nesu is purer than this, but it's a brand. So the poor, they sell products. But the rich or the wealthy, they sell brand. Build your virtue into a brand. And people pay for the brand. Even if I don't communicate any value today. Even if I don't communicate any value today. Because God has made me a brand in the UK. If I cough, they will buy my book $40. And that is why I'm not bothered whether you buy it or not. I don't know whether you understand me. But have I written book that nobody bought before? Yes, sir. I don't know whether you understand me. So take your time and serve to the point where you become a brand, where your virtue becomes a brand that people can identify. And people will be willing to pay for it. So what is virtue? Virtue are positive character trait or habit Just as virtue, I'm running now. I said virtue does not come from money, but rather money comes from virtue. Virtue does not come from money, but money comes from what? Virtue. Virtue does not come from money. Money comes from virtue. So what are the virtues that the world will associate with these people? Can you please, Pastor Dave, show me those images, please? Now, who is the first person? So somebody, if you know the virtue that the man communicates, mention it. Anybody. Just don't mention, just say it. Is a freedom fighter. Okay, so the next person. So what virtue? Charity. Okay, the next person. That's Thatcher, Margaret Thatcher. So what do you know? President and disciplinarian. Oh yeah, the next person. Oh yeah, virtue. The next person. Malata, you are right. Oh yeah. What do you know? Education file who gets child, and all of those things. The last person I've shown you now. For Oscar. Okay. Now show me the next image. Now who is that person? David. Okay. So what virtue is that? Courage, audacity, and all of that. The next person is who? So what virtue? Okay, good. And the ultimate virtue. Okay, fine. The next one. If I put your picture here, what will people say about you? If I put your picture there and I ask everybody here, show me the virtue. The man and the woman that wants money, show me the virtue we will pay her for. What would they say about you? I leave it for you to go and judge. Two types of virtue that I'm going to talk about: intellectual virtue and moral virtue. Intellectual virtue are those ones that works in your brain, that are in your brain, like statistics, mathematics. You can learn it. You can learn it. You can be taught on how to do it. Then when we talk about moral virtue, we talk about those ones that you learn by the art of practice, constant practice, repeating. So do you understand me? So those are the two types of virtue I want to talk about now. So how do I discover my virtue? Pastor Dave, how do I discover my virtue? How many of you want to know how to discover a virtue? Number one is what? No, echo it, everybody. Number two is what? Number three is what? There is no other way to discover your virtue than to serve. Go and serve. Look for somebody to serve. Go and serve. There are quite a lot that you discover about yourself that you know how to do and you don't know how to do when you begin to serve genuinely. When you don't go to look for the pocket of the man. Do you understand me? Go to please that man. Don't go and look for the pocket of that man. Do you understand me? Go and serve. You want to discover your virtue? Go and serve. And how to trade your virtue. When you discover that virtue, I'm going to tell you 5 things to trade your virtue with. Number one, the first thing is to discover your virtue. If you want to trade your virtue, first is to discover it. Discover it. When you discover it, number two, Dave. Number two is to discover who already operates that virtue. There is somebody. I said in the morning that success leaves trace. Look for who is already operating in that office and go and serve that person. Go and serve that person. I don't know whether you understand me. Go and serve that person. Number three, Pastor Dave, that you develop that virtue. You have discovered it. You are using it to serve somebody now. Be developing it. Don't leave it at that state. Be building mastery around it. And like I said now, go and pick his Facebook page or whatever you people call it now and begin to use him to learn. Somebody picked my Instagram Andrew and grew it till it become whether 10,000 and told me that you are now having 10,000 followers. I said, now so now they do. Do you understand me? And grew it to where it is today and all of that. Do you understand me? Free of charge without paying anything. You just did it for, I think, a space of 1 year and all of that. There are a lot of them today that they manage all of these things for me because they know I don't have that kind. I'm not really a social media person like that, but I have people that handle all of these things for me. Can I pay them? Yes, sir, I can pay them. But they have said they don't want to be paid. Do you understand me? That is what they do. Number 4 is what? Volunteer to serve with that virtue. Volunteer, please. Leave money aside. Give 1 year of your life. Give 6 months of your life to develop this thing. When you develop it very well, it will pay you that money that you lose in that 1 year, more than that thing. Number 5 and final. Final is what? What is the problem in the society that virtue can solve? There is always a problem. Marry them together. Look for a problem that is in the society that virtue that you have can solve. And finally, Pastor Dave, execute what? A free project. A free project. Do something free. Do give away with it. Now I can bake now. I can bake very well now. Do you know I can do house party? The house party is to just come for people to evaluate my work. That's why guys in painting industry, they will do art exhibition. They will paint plenty pictures and put it in their gallery and invite people to come into the gallery and begin to look at their works and criticize it. While they are criticizing, from there, one ambassador will come and say, I'll pay $5 for this. I'll pay $2 for this. They don't intend selling it. Do you understand me? The first day I wrote my first book and I brought it out, we came into the hall with 500 copies. We went back home with only 100. My friend just came in that, Divine, you wrote a book. They didn't even know the content of the book. Man of God, 10, 15. We went home with only 100 copies. The first day I unveiled this other one too. The same thing happened. And that's why you won't see my book in the bookshop. I sell it in events or friends pick it and all of that. That's why I say everybody, go and buy in Amazon. Those 10 that they have there, I'm traveling with them back again. That's why I just brought them here now. So that is my last thing. What I would have wanted to do for you, but there will be no chance, is to divide it into a group and we practicalize virtue and we develop it.